What's up everybody? Welcome to the Stocks channel. My name is Corey and today in the stock market we had a relatively flat day on very low volume. First up, let's take a look at the S&P500 SPY ETF. So let's crack open this chart and see what's going on in the stock market today. Alright, so today on SPY we were very flat, only going down 0.08%. Intraday we did retest the 5 EMA as support and we did bounce off of that level. So we still do have bullish price action over a positive sloping 5 EMA. And we still do have a very strong bull trend. So even though we are going up on extremely low volume down here, this market is very tired and very anemic, but the path of least resistance is still higher, so we're still in that low volume melt up mode. Remember, the next price target is just above at 446, and that could trigger more high volume selling, but we're very likely not going to see that selling until we get to this next price target. Of course, we can always blast through that price target and still go higher. So I'm not trying to call it top, and I'm not telling you that is the top, but that is going to be another significant resistance level that we could see a lot more selling. We still do have our critical support levels at 441 and our 20 simple moving average just above 437. Remember, this market is bullish until we see a price action breakdown below 437 because the moving averages will be a lagging indication and price action will tell us the market is likely rolling over before we'll get the confirmation in the trend shift. So wait for a price action close below this critical support level before you even think about trying to short this market, because trying to short a bull market is a great way to lose a lot of money because the market can just grind higher slowly but surely and then still just have a shallow pullback before it continues to go higher. So I can see all of the data out there and I can see how many people are trying to call a top and shorting this market, and I can't stress it enough that I don't want that to be one of you. Just be patient and wait for an objective reason to short this market, or just go to cash and wait for the next buying opportunity. This is still a very strong bull market that will not die easily, so don't get impatient. Wait for that confirmation of a rollover. So right now you're looking for support at 441 with resistance at 446, and nothing is changing in this bull market until we see a confirmation of a breakdown or a breakout above resistance and we start to run. On the NASDAQ 100 triple Qs, we were up 0.18% today, and we also closed back above a positive sloping 5 EMA, so we still do have bullish price action. Again, we're going up on lower volume, and we still do have a strong bull trend. Your critical support levels on the triple Qs will be 367, and our 20 simple moving average just above 365. Just like I said on SPY, you cannot try to short this market until we get a confirmation of a rollover, which means we need a price action close below 364. Our resistance levels are 370.5, and a breakout above that means Qs would be going all the way up to 376. You could see with the Bollinger Bands we have plenty of room to the upside and we still have a bullish trend, so the price action in the path of least resistance is likely still going higher. So don't get impatient just because it's low volume and the market's going sideways. Nothing has changed in the technicals until we see a confirmation of a shift. If we break below critical support at 364, you could still find support at 362.7, 360, and 358, and below that the 50 EMA is sitting just above 355. On the Dow Jones, we were down 0.27% today and we did close the gap. We found resistance at the breakout level, which is bullish because we broke out above 351 and back tested and held above that level as support. So the Dow Jones does look like it is on its way to the next price target at 355, which could be a leading indication that the rest of the market is going higher as well. We see the Dow Jones breaking out, closing that gap, and holding above the breakout level. So we do still have the bull trend, which should push the price action to our next level. So look for 355 as the next resistance and continue to watch critical support at 351 and our 20 simple moving average at 349. On the Russell 2000, we were down just over 0.5% today, and we were oh so close to having the Russell 2000 closing back over the 50 EMA for the second day in a row, but the price action just couldn't quite get there. We still did close above our support level at 222, but we really need to see the Russell 2000 closing above the 50 EMA, so we really need to see price action closes at 223 and higher. So the Russell 2000 is still in a very choppy sideways market with no trending for the bears or the bulls. It's just chopping around between resistance and support. If the Russell 2000 can start closing back over the 50 EMA and building up a bullish trend, we could retest the previous highs all the way up here at 233 and try to get a breakout. So look for that critical support at 222 with critical resistance at 223, and above 223 we could have a quick trip to 227. If we break down below support at 222, you're looking for a retest of support at 219, and below that we could be coming all the way back down to the 215 support. So watch the Russell 2000 because if it breaks out to the upside, we could have a bullish trade, and a breakdown to the downside would be a very easy short bearish trade. On the ARKK ETF, we were up 1.37% today, and we continue to see the ARKK ETF doing very well with the growth stocks. We are in the full bull trend and the price action is still closing above the 5 EMA. And remember, the ARKK ETF likely already finished a correction and it's going for that next leg higher that could take it all the way up to 135 or higher. So as long as we're in this bullish trend, you want to try to buy the dip. And as you can tell, Friday was a great dip buy for the ARK ETF. Look for the next resistance levels to be at 126, 128, and 131. And downside support is still going to be right here at 123 and the 20 simple moving average at 121. On the VIX, we were up over 3.5% today, and that did help suppress how much we could see SPY moving. We're seeing the VIX going lower, but we're also seeing the VIX trying to build a base and higher lows, which does increase the chance we could see a spike in the VIX and therefore more selling. So there's no doubt that a lot of traders and investors are on edge right now and they're very fearful of a stock market correction, and we will see that in the VIX. So today we see the VIX climbing even though the market was trying to go higher, which is telling us that investors and traders are unsettled and they're worried about a steep drop. As long as the VIX is below 18.2, this market is still bullish. Remember, we need to see the VIX spiking above 20 to see a stock market correction and eventually getting all the way above about 23 to 24. So right now the VIX is on the side of the bulls as long as it's heading lower, so continue to look for brand new all-time highs unless we see something shifting in the VIX. On Bitcoin, we're currently up about 4% and it does look like we're breaking out over that resistance level at 45,000. Remember, my price target on Bitcoin is all the way up here at 51,000 and it looks very likely we're going there in a hurry. We bounced off of that support level at 37,500 and never looked back. So we did see a little bit of resistance at 45,000 just a couple of days ago, and today we're already blasting through that level, it looks like. So Bitcoin is looking very bullish, and the next stop would be $51,000. If we do see dips from these levels, you're looking to buy off of the previous resistance, which is $43,000. If we break below 43,000, we could be coming back down to our 20 simple moving average just above 39,000. But overall, Bitcoin has the full bull trend. And remember, I told you coming off of this very critical support level at 30,000, we could see a very explosive bull rally in Bitcoin. And it does look like that's exactly what we're getting. So let the bull run because you never know how high Bitcoin can go. And if you're trading Bitcoin, make sure you're waiting for critical resistance and support levels so that you don't get caught in a losing trade. Overall, the direction of the trend is higher, so you want to be a Bitcoin bull at this time. On Amazon stock, we were very flat on the day, going down 0.09%, and it does look like we're closing just below our support trend line. So is Amazon heading lower to retest support at 33.11 and possibly 32.80? Only time will tell. We don't have a bull trend or a bear trend, and Amazon is looking very anemic with very low volume and not a lot of buyers at these levels. So look for those support levels to potentially get retested around 33.11 and 32.80. If we break below 32.80, we could be coming back down to 32.08. But overall, Amazon still does look good around this support trend line, and we still do have a huge gap to fill above. Critical resistance levels on Amazon will be 3,400, the 50 EMA right around 34.58, and then our $3,500 resistance level. If we can get above 3,500, it's very likely Amazon will have no trouble filling the gap at 35.80. On Tesla stock, we were up 2.1% today, and we do see Tesla finding resistance exactly where you would expect to see it at 714.5, and we closed just below that level. Overall, Tesla still has a strong bull trend, and we are bouncing off of that support level right around 698. That was also the gap close just below, so it's possible Tesla is going for that next leg higher that could take us all the way up to 765. Remember, we need to see a breakout above 715 to really get things moving in Tesla, and we will need to break above this resistance trend line around 722. So look for Tesla to break out above 715 and then 722 to start running to 765, or a breakdown below 692 means we could be coming back down to our 20 simple moving average at 674. On Apple stock, we were flat on the day, only going down 0.03% and closing right near this confluence of support around all of the moving averages. So Apple is finding support right around 146, and if we break down, the critical support will be 143. Remember, Apple is in a consolidation wedge, so a break below 143 would be a bearish breakdown, and a breakout above 149 would be a bullish breakout to the upside. If we break out above 149, your price target is 156, and if we break down below 143, we'll very likely retest the 50 EMA at 140 and possibly close the gap at 137. So look for that on Apple soon, because either way, no matter what move is coming, it's going to be a big one. So watch for a breakdown to the downside below 143 or a breakout to the upside above 149. On the financial sector, we were up about 0.25%, and we are closing at another daily higher high, and we're rebuilding the bullish trend. The financial sector has a huge gap to fill, but overall it's looking very bullish with the price action in the trend. The industrials were down 0.4% today and bounced off the 50 EMA, still holding on to that bullish trend with price action just below the 5 EMA. The healthcare sector was up 0.38% today, closing back above the 5 EMA yet again and still holding on to that very strong bull trend. The energy sector was down 1.41% today, closing below all the moving averages and still holding on to that bear trend. We need to see the energy sector trying to get back above the 50 EMA to go back into a bull market. So jumping back over to the S&P 500, we can definitely see we're still in a bull market even though we are going up on very low volume. So look for that very low volume melt up because we still do have a strong bull trend. The path of least resistance is still to the upside, and we would need to see increased volume selling to go any lower. So if we see that increase of volume in selling, watch critical support. But other than that, you need to stay the course and remain a bull in a bull market. Be cautious the higher we go, and definitely look for a potential pullback when we get to the next price target at 446. Also remember that I have my own trade alert service that only trades TQQQs, and it does well in all market conditions, but exceptionally well in volatile markets. Our data shows over the last 3 years that bank trade alerts averages 7 trades a month for the months of August and September, so now could be the best time to try out bank trade alerts. There's a coupon code for 50% off your first month, so check out the links in the description on how you can join bank trade alerts. I also have the Stocks Channel Discord where I do intraday updates and analysis to help you navigate this market and stay on the right side of the trade. If you're interested in joining the Stocks Channel Discord trading community, you can find out how to join by clicking on the link in the description. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you're crushing this market, and as always, I will see you in the next episode.